Y'all neighborhood, aka AB. Blessings, everyone. Coming through, dropping some jewels on you, and just some wisdom and some knowledge. You know what I mean, and kind of help you open your mind up. All right, so listen, I don't know what to call this, but like, let me tell you why explaining yourself to people, like random people, you know what I mean, at your job and all this and that, you know, or even in your family. Just so what do? Well, first of all, I think just promotion comes from God. It says it comes from the east, not from the west. Now, if you don't believe in God and all that, let me tell you why you should just wait for God to, you know what I mean, and even if you ain't seen it. Because, like, for instance, I think back at my life when I was trying to explain stuff, to my mom, to a mom or to a dad, that or to this person over here, this woman at work, this man at work. Look, you got to understand, when you're explaining stuff to people, like, they're not a judge. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I'm going to court for, like, if you go into court for a DUI and all this and that, even though the judge has not like had a DUI, the judge might have had one in the past, but he knows the law. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, he has a mercy side, or he or she has a mercy side with that. Gave him some, convicted some people, and let some people go. You get what I'm saying? With this track record. So if you don't. You have to be thoroughly either trained or had lived experientially overcoming something when you're trying to explain something to someone. So, like, for instance, I was explaining to people that going to church, like this church over here. I remember trying to explain to them, they just asked me about my life story and all that. But keep in mind, I'm explaining stuff to people that really didn't go through what I went through, or haven't. Keep in mind, you know what I mean. You're explaining stuff to people that probably haven't been through nothing you went through, or if they did, they haven't even overcome it. They found a way to, like, cope with it, or to manipulate itself around it. So, for instance, trying to explain some, gangs, how God took me out of the streets and all this and that, from a person that was just in the streets doing drugs, you know what I'm saying, and having, you know what I'm saying, having X. They're not gonna understand where I'm coming from. You get what I'm saying? Trying to explain being an overcomer to somebody that feels like they're a failure and everybody owes them something, or a victim, or trying to explain something to people that never even had to cross that path. You get what I'm saying? We have to find a different. Keep in mind, they're gonna judge. People are judging you based off their limited experience and their mindset, which could be either a victim or overcomer mindset. You get.